And what's a victory day in Moscow without military parades? Moscow's Red Square was packed to the brim as the country celebrates the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany in World War II. Several world leaders, including Belarus, Kazakhstan, Cuba, and Guinea-Bissau, attended the parade. Russia's annual May 9 Victory Day procession has long been a key event in Russian President Vladimir Putin's calendar, as a chance for him to rally public support and show off his country's military power. Speaking at the event, Mr. Putin says Russia will do everything possible to prevent a global conflict, as his forces were always ready to combat external threats. President Putin and other heads of foreign states also laid flowers at the tombs of slain soldiers. The slain soldier in Moscow. The Soviet Union lost 27 million people in World War II, including many millions in Ukraine, but eventually pushed Nazi forces back to Berlin, Germany. The VOA's Russia correspondent Ricardo Makina joins us now for more. Ricardo, great to see you. Victory Day is an important holiday in Russia. Many world leaders had to travel to attend the celebrations. You have been monitoring the event. What more can you tell us about this day?
Good morning. It's very interesting that in this parade today, we saw in the Red Square the president of the ASEAN countries in the south of Russia, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, but the president of Armenia didn't travel today to attend this important day in Russia. This shows that the relationship between Moscow and Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, is becoming worse and worse, and we can predict that some problems are coming in that direction. The day is a party, is a very happy day, usually in Moscow, and all day will be celebration all around the country. But Moscow today was not a very happy city. We must remember all time that we have a war going on, and if the authorities want to celebrate this party, people can't forget that the soldiers, young Russians, are dying every day in this war.
And speak to us more about the Russian president's speech. He didn't miss the chance to slam the West, accusing them of risking a global conflict.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost every week. Every week we having this nuclear threat from Russia, sometimes from diputats, sometimes from state-sponsored television, sometimes for high-level politicians, and now from Mr. Putin. Putin is making reference to the possibility that European countries will send troops to the ground, to Ukraine, and this will be a red line. At least is that Russia tell us all time that it will be a red line to use technical nuclear weapons. What means this technical nuclear weapons? So nuclear weapons that they have a very small nuclear capability, but still a nuclear weapon.
And of course, it's a day to pay tribute to the fallen soldiers whose memories live on in the mind of people. What's the mood among the people and how they're reflecting on World War II?
Well, of course, now Russia is living a very specific moment. So no one, even the people that is really against the war that their country is making in Ukraine, even the people that hate this war, they still love their country. They still respect the memory of these soldiers that defend not only Soviet Union, but all the Europe and all the world from the evil of the Nazi Germany. So people want to remember this, but I can assure you that there are a lot of sadness in the eyes of many Russians that cannot meet this day with happiness, because this war, this aggression is still going on.
Right, and it's not just Victory Day for Moscow, it's for Europe at large. You are in Barcelona, Spain. How are people celebrating over there?
Well, in Spain there are not celebrations, and European countries, Western European countries, celebrate the Victory Day against Germany the day 8, so one day before yesterday. This is a special day in countries as the Baltics, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, even in Poland or Great Britain or France that meet this day, with some celebration. But in countries as Spain or Italy, it's a day that have not repercussion at all.
And away from the celebrations, is Russia still keen on holding, forthcoming drills involving tactical nuclear weapons?
Yeah, we listened today the words of the spokesperson of Vladimir Putin. He told us, Mr. Peskov, that Belarus is now preparing, working hand by hand with Russia, preparing the first step to do this drill. What it will be, when it will be, we still don't know, but it will be some technical nuclear drills that we can presume that will take part in Belarus and in the west part of Russia.
Right. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Well, Ukraine's parliament has passed a bill that would enable some prisoners who express desire to defend their country to join the defense forces. The move marks a U-turn in Ukraine's approach to the conflict as the military faces a critical personnel shortage and with Russian forces continuing to advance on the battlefield. Kyiv had long opposed the measure and had repeatedly criticized Moscow for mobilizing prisoners to fill its ranks. The legislation would need to be signed by the chairperson of parliament and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky before coming into force. According to officials, mobilization would be voluntary and open only to a certain category of prisoners. Among those not eligible to serve include those found guilty of sexual violence, killing 2 or more people, serious corruption, and former high-ranking officials, while only prisoners with under 3 years left to serve on their sentence may apply. Any prisoners who are mobilized will be granted parole rather than a pardon.